Today, we tackle the complex relationship between narcissistic abuse and weight gain. This is a sensitive issue that affects many, often hidden behind closed doors, yet its impact is profound and far-reaching. Narcissistic abuse is a form of emotional and psychological manipulation that can lead to a myriad of negative effects, including weight gain and related eating disorders. This is a topic that needs to be brought into the light, to be understood and addressed. In this video, we will delve into what narcissistic abuse entails, the signs to look out for, and most importantly, how to deal with it effectively. We'll reference credible sources such as Psychology Today and WebMD, providing you with well-researched and reliable information. This journey may be challenging, but it's one that's crucial to undertake. Stay tuned as we unravel this intricate topic. Firstly, it's crucial to understand what narcissistic abuse is. This form of emotional and psychological mistreatment is particularly insidious, often carried out by individuals who may have narcissistic personality disorder. They are typically characterized by an inflated sense of their own importance, a deep need for attention and admiration, and a lack of empathy for others. But behind this mask of extreme confidence lies a fragile self-esteem, vulnerable to the slightest criticism. The abuse they inflict is not always physical. It's frequently emotional and psychological, manifesting through manipulative tactics that are designed to control and dominate their victims. A tool often used is gaslighting, a form of psychological manipulation where the abuser makes the victim question their own memory, perception, or sanity, thereby gaining power and control. Deception is another common tactic in narcissistic abuse. The abuser may lie, twist the truth, or omit important information to create an alternate reality that suits their needs and keeps the victim off balance. They may also use tactics like belittling, demeaning, and dismissing the victim's experiences, feelings, and needs. All of these behaviors are designed to undermine the victim's self-confidence and self-worth, making them more dependent on the abuser. Narcissistic abuse can occur in various relationships, including those with partners, spouses, friends, co-workers, bosses, or siblings. It's a deeply damaging form of abuse that can have long-lasting effects on the victim's mental and physical health. The trauma can also lead to coping mechanisms such as food manipulation, which we will discuss in the next scene. Recognizing narcissistic abuse is the first step towards healing. It's important to understand that the victim is not at fault and that help is available. There are many resources and support groups available for victims of narcissistic abuse, and seeking professional help can be a crucial part of the recovery process. So, how does narcissistic abuse connect to weight gain? You might be surprised to know that the psychological trauma from narcissistic abuse often manifests physically. In many instances, survivors may resort to unhealthy eating habits as a coping mechanism. This is a direct result of the emotional turmoil they've endured. Picture the feelings of low self-esteem, the sense of helplessness. These emotions can be overwhelmingly powerful. For some, it might feel like they're being swallowed by a sea of negativity with no lifebuoy in sight. And in these moments, eating can become a form of solace. Food can be a comfort, a friend, a distraction, but it can also be a foe, leading to weight gain over time. Let's delve a little deeper. Some survivors might use food as a tool to gain control. If everything else in their life seems chaotic and out of their hands, eating is one thing they can command. They decide what, when, and how much they eat. In a twisted way, this gives them a sense of power amid the chaos. But it's not just about control. For others, it's a way to fill emotional voids. The loneliness, the despair, the emptiness. They try to fill these voids with food. It's almost like they're trying to eat away their pain, and in doing so, they end up gaining weight. Then there are those who use food to calm their anxiety. The act of eating can be soothing, a momentary escape from the harsh reality, but this temporary relief often leads to a vicious cycle of overeating and weight gain. And let's not forget about self-punishment. Some survivors might overeat or indulge in unhealthy foods as a way to punish themselves, adding to their weight woes. So the link between narcissistic abuse and weight gain is not as far-fetched as it might initially appear. It's a complex and multifaceted issue, with psychological factors playing a significant role. As we can see, the psychological impact of narcissistic abuse can manifest physically. But how do you know if you or someone you care about is a victim of narcissistic abuse? That's a question many people grapple with. Recognizing the signs of narcissistic abuse is the first step towards healing and recovery. One of the most common signs is a constant feeling of self-doubt. Victims often question their worth or abilities due to the manipulative tactics of the narcissist. They may feel like they are never good enough, despite their best efforts. This self-doubt can be mentally exhausting and damaging to self-esteem. Feeling worthless is another sign. This isn't just a fleeting feeling, but rather a deep-seated belief that you don't matter. Narcissists have a knack for making their victims feel insignificant, as if their needs, wants, and feelings are of no importance. Anxiety and depression are also common. The persistent stress and emotional turmoil can lead to these mental health conditions. It's not unusual for victims to feel on edge, anxious, or deeply sad due to the constant emotional roller coaster. Physical symptoms can also manifest, such as weight gain. As we've discussed earlier, narcissistic abuse can lead to emotional eating disorders. This can result in weight gain, as the victim may resort to food as a coping mechanism to deal with the emotional pain. It's important to note that these signs can vary from person to person, and experiencing one or more doesn't necessarily mean you're a victim of narcissistic abuse. However, if these signs seem familiar and are affecting your overall well-being, it might be time to seek help. Remember, everyone deserves respect and kindness. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. If these signs seem familiar, it might be time to seek help. Now that we know the signs, how can we deal with narcissistic abuse and its resultant weight gain? Firstly, it's crucial to seek professional help. Mental health professionals specialized in dealing with narcissistic abuse and eating disorders can provide the necessary guidance and therapeutic interventions. This could range from cognitive behavioral therapy to trauma-focused therapy. Secondly, consider joining a support group. Being part of a community of survivors can be a profound source of comfort, understanding, and shared wisdom. It can also help normalize your experiences, reminding you that you're not alone in your struggle. Thirdly, practice healthy emotional expression. This involves recognizing and acknowledging your feelings and finding constructive ways to express them. This could be through journaling, painting, dancing, or any other form of creative outlet that resonates with you. Fourthly, it's important to be mindful of your eating habits. This doesn't mean obsessing over every calorie, but rather observing your relationship with food. Are you using it to fill emotional voids or to gain a sense of control? If so, it may be helpful to explore other coping mechanisms like physical exercise, meditation, or engaging in enjoyable activities. Remember, it's okay to treat yourself with love and respect. You deserve it. It's okay to find healthy ways to self-soothe, and it's okay to avoid negative influences. This journey is about you, and it's important to prioritize your well-being. Lastly, try to incorporate positive affirmations and self-talk into your daily routine. This can help to counteract the negative self-image often instilled by narcissistic abuse. In the end, remember, it's not about the weight. It's about healing from the abuse and reclaiming your life. Remember, seeking help is not a sign of weakness, but strength. As we conclude, it's important to remember that you are not alone in this journey. We've covered a lot of ground today, from understanding the nature of narcissistic abuse to recognizing its connection to weight gain and the signs to look out for. Remember, narcissistic abuse is a real issue, one that can leave deep emotional scars. These scars can manifest in various ways, including issues with weight and eating disorders. But it's essential to remember that these are not reflections of your worth, but rather symptoms of the abuse you've endured. We've discussed anorexia nervosa, bulimia nervosa, binge eating disorder, and emotional eating disorder as potential outcomes of this abuse. But it's important to note that not everyone will experience these exact symptoms. The key here is to understand that your reactions to abuse are valid and that you deserve help and support. In dealing with narcissistic abuse and its effects on weight, we've highlighted the importance of seeking professional help, practicing healthy emotional expression, and taking care of your physical health. It's not an easy journey, but every step you take towards healing is a victory. As we continue our series on narcissism, we invite you to subscribe to our channel. This is a safe space where we delve into topics that matter, and your participation makes this community stronger. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. What action will you take first to address this issue? Remember, your story could help someone else in their journey to recovery.